Yesterday on Good Day at 10 a, we showed you a tweet from the New York Times ethics column.
We should have showed a clip of us arguing yesterday about this. The author says, I recently snooped in my wife's phone and discovered dozens of texts to her coworkers and our mutual friends, all saying awful things about me. But I'm scared to bring it up because of the invasion of her privacy that led me to discovering the texts. So you heard our opinions yesterday, if you could make out between us all talking over each other. We saw your tweets, and now we want to hear from some experts this morning. So family therapist Julie Bullitt and her husband, divorce lawyer David Bullitt, both join us to discuss snooping on your spouse. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, so where do we begin? I mean, I guess the first question is, should you snoop? Is it okay to do so?
Yeah, so I mean that is the first question, and the answer is probably not. To be honest with you, the answer is probably not. If you have a question relative to what's going on with your partner, it seems to me that rather than poking through their phone, you ought to sit down and ask the question.
Okay, so then the next question is, Julie, I'll go to you for this one. What if you keep on asking the question and your partner's not being truthful with you? And you want to know the answer to it. In other words, is there ever a situation where it's okay to snoop?
Well, I think that if you feel like you're not getting answers, I mean, human nature, you know, can make you do all kinds of things, including snooping. So the fact that the snooping happened is, you know, an issue with the trust. But I think once the snooping happened, you have to say something, and it would be, you know, it's a sign of some communication issues if you have this information and you're nervous or you're afraid to, you know, talk to your partner about it.
Do you bring it up only if you found something juicy or interesting? If it was like nothing, do you just not bring it up? Because it could cause bigger problems.
Well,
you know, to be honest,
yeah, go ahead.
To be honest with you, I don't think you should do it. I mean, plain and simple, I don't think you should do it. And if you did do it, the answer is, to me, the answer is yes. You ought to say, listen, for whatever reason, you know, we like to say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So don't say I was poking through your phone. Say, you know, I got curious or something happened, and you know, and I took a quick look, but I was wondering what this means or what that means. I think it's how you address it. Yeah. I don't think you should do it. I really don't.
Okay.
And you know.
Okay, so I agree with you. I don't think you should do it. But here's another thing. So then, like, this person discovered that, you know, his wife was saying unflattering things about him. Should he really get that bent out of shape? Or, I mean, is it okay for you to just, like, vent to your friends sometime that maybe your spouse isn't ideal 24/7?
Yeah.
Well, my spouse is ideal 24/7. So.
Right. Well, listen, so first of all, again, you know, we all have complaints. Nobody is perfect. That is correct. But I do think that there's a respect issue here. And if you're bad-mouthing your partner, you know, to other people, especially to more than, you know, to several people, then there's a real issue. My feeling about this whole situation is that this is a great opportunity for this couple to dig in and to do some repair work, which is repair work around trust and repair work around respect. And I think it's a great opportunity. It's, you know, it's sort of sad that it happened, but I think that they could probably dig in and do some really great work here.
I like how you phrased it, that this is a good opportunity. Clearly, there's something we need to work on. Let's get to work here. And lastly, there were a lot of people in the comments saying, throw the whole relationship away. It's not going to work out. How often is this an indication that
they need your services, David?
Yeah, well, it's funny you ask that. It's funny you ask that question, because the reality is that some people come to me, you know, because they had a bad Tuesday, right? You know, but the reality is that finding that your partner said some things that were not pleasant or put you in a bad light is not a reason to pitch your relationship in the toilet. It just isn't in and of itself. Julie's 100% right. This is the opportunity to sit down and have a real tough conversation. I mean, you're hurt. You know, this person's feelings are hurt. There's no question. They're upset. But find out what's going on there. Was it just that they're venting? And, you know, and like you said, I mean, we all talk to our friends and they say, you know, this happened or that happened. The problem is when you spout it out over, you know, over an electronic device.
Yes.
Then
the problem is don't write it down, David.
Don't leave
evidence. Write it down.
You know what? You can come to work for me anytime.
Yeah. Well, we got to wrap, but I will say, I did notice with David, he said he has the ideal partner. Yeah. He said Julie's absolutely right. So I'm taking notes to give to my husband.
Yeah, and that's why they have Conversations for Couples, which is an awesome book that came out in 2020, and they have a new one coming out in 2023. Nice. So you might want to get that as well. Thank you all. I'm sure we'll be using your services again.
Awesome.
Yes.
Nice
the
to see
advice
you
part,
guys.
not the divorce part. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, right. I guess I should clarify.
Listen to Julie so you don't need David.
Hey, there you go. Yes. Yes. Love it.
Marissa.
My favorite part when Julie said, right, to all of the glowing praise.